What's up guys, it's Quicksilver here, and today I'm pretty excited because I've got a new project for us to get moving on. Um, Before we get cracking on that though, I did want to show you guys something. I did load the world up into this latest snapshot so that I could make the ice machine actually start working, and I was hoping to show you guys a whole mess of stuff, but yeah, we got a little bit of an issue. I'm hoping this is just a snapshot issue, but there's something funky going on with ice right now, guys. I did go ahead, I created a bug report for Mojang, so hopefully it is indeed a bug and not some other weird ice behavior that I'm just not aware of, but it looks like for some reason only 2 of our water source blocks are freezing into ice, and the rest of those things aren't doing a damn thing. So yeah, as you guys could see, I had a nice long sheet of ice down there that should have been the entire wall of ice, so I'm a little bit let down by that. I did load this thing in my creative world in an actual ice biome. Everything seems to freeze just fine. Obviously I am above block level 90 or we wouldn't have any of that ice freezing. But yeah, and as you can see, the machine itself is working fine. If this ice happened to be freezing over here, we would have a thicker sheet of ice that would be kind of flooding out this area and then just nothing behind those 2 blocks. But anyway, there's clearly something going on there. I'm hoping the guys at Mojang are going to resolve that before 1.7 comes out and we actually can use this thing in full effect. But even if they don't, at least I'll have a little bit of ice that I can kind of monkey with to pretty this up. So that is thing number 1 that I wanted to share with you guys. And let me see. Thing number 2, I was doing a little exploring, not on camera with you guys, which I do occasionally. Wanted to light up some more caves, see if I can get some more efficiency out of that guy, which looks like, holy poo, it is full. Actually, let me turn down our volume because I'm sure it's going to be a noisy mess in here. Anyway, I was trying to do some lighting so I could help make this thing a little bit more efficient, as well as maybe the witch farm. So I actually headed over in that direction. And you know what? These guys are wearing armor. Let's just do this the quick way. I don't like wasting my sword, but you know, sometimes you just gotta do it, right? Alright, on to more video stuff and not just killing random mobs. Was doing some searching and I actually found a mob dungeon down there, and it was actually a skeleton farm. So I think our next project, right down there when I dug straight up, so it's not too far from the base, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build a skelly farm down there. So it's kind of a nice triangle shape from between the witch farm and the main part of the base. But the thing that I'm really kind of excited, well actually the thing I'm really excited about is actually building a skelly grinder down there. It gives us another chance to goof around with some water and some mob evaders and all that good stuff. I think the actual dungeon itself is like at level 29 or something like that. So it's, God, that's pretty. So it's not going to give us an opportunity really to drop the mobs down. Or I mean, I guess it might, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put us just on the other side of a wall or something like that from where the skeletons are going to spawn, and I'll actually push them into a common area, we'll mob evade them up and drop them down into the room where we're going to kill them. So that is the general plan, and I might actually build, depending on, I gotta actually do some research on the reagents and good stuff, but I might actually build a little potions on demand thing down there for some splash potions of healing, so that when we get a whole mess of those guys in there, we will have a good way to kill a whole bunch of them. And honestly, it could have happened at a better time. I was, after the ice farm project and all that good stuff, I was kind of starting to think, well gosh, what do I want to do for you guys next, and was kind of starting to draw a little bit of a blank. I don't know why, but I can't get excited about building an Enderman farm. So I know they're really big, they're really important, and they're a really cool feature, but I don't know. Eventually I'll get around to doing it, but just, I don't know, man, I'm really feeling the urge. So anyway, I'll get over there and kind of clear some stuff out, maybe get the farm built. I'd like to maybe just do a butt ton of work over there, but a bunch of it probably off camera. At least some of the build stuff, because I want to make this actually a pretty cool little area over there. So I'm thinking what I might do is actually build some sort of a tower, something that's going to be kind of impressive over there. I'll have to fill in some of the water that's there, but maybe give it some actual height. Not as tall as what we've got going on over here, but something that's kind of got some something a little more impressive than just a little, you know, little boxy house or something like that with a staircase going down. I want to do something kind of cool, maybe a big spiral staircase going down, and like I said, maybe throw a little potions on demand thing down there and really turn that into something cool. For the time being, I mean, this thing's been just generating a ton of arrows for me, more than I can actually use, especially since I have an infinity bow. But one of the other projects that I think I want to actually do here before too horribly long, and the skeleton farm is going to give us the means to get the ammunition for it. Just kind of want to do kind of a fun build. It seems like every single time night falls, if I don't just crash out, the hillside over here across from our main base just swarms with mobs, man. And I think it's because I've got everything so lit up over here. They don't really have anywhere else to spawn within a radius of me. And I don't really feel like lighting this area up and not letting them spawn here. I like having, you know, natural mobs occurring. It's just kind of a fun element of the game to actually go out and, you know, duke it out with them and all that good stuff. But what I would like to do, I think I want to build some sort of a defense system on our base over there. And we've got this really cool hillside right here, and I think I've got plenty of workspace behind it. I know I don't have a ton right here with the mob-evator, good God, with our minecart elevator that I use to get up and down in the base, but I think I could do some cool stuff over here, have maybe some lava windows, and if I put some arrow dispensers back there, maybe some with some rapid timers on them, I think I might be able to get the range if I have them up high enough up here that I could be inside the house and maybe hit a button and just start blast out a barrage of like flaming arrows from up here to try and see if I can't reach over here with them and just totally gas this hillside with some flaming arrows. So like I said, it's not really going to be any usefulness. It's just kind of a fun build. I think I'm to a point in the game where I've got, you know, resources are pretty much covered. Food is concerns about food is a thing of the past, especially with that damn wheat farm down there. I haven't really been using it a ton, just kind of passively, and I've already got almost a double chest of food down there, of just, well, actually of bread. The wheat is just insane. Obviously the cow farm and the recent pig farm tutorial that I did, we've got the protein category covered, so I've got a lot of food stuff covered, so I think now I can start doing some fun builds for you guys, and I think that would just be kind of cool, just to maybe sit up here and, you know, hit a button or something. I don't know if it would be here or where it would be, but just hit it and just watch like a barrage of flaming arrows, and not just like one volley, but like maybe like 15 of them or so from 6 different dispensers just coat that hillside. So anyway, I don't know, we'll see about it. I also added a little chandelier in here. I still need to do something in here. I don't know if I want to add a ceiling or what, but I'll get around to doing that some other time. But anyway, before I get too far ahead of myself with future plans, I guess step one is I got to get that skelly farm built out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to head over there, get down into that area, and oh man, I can't believe you guys, I didn't show you guys. When I first discovered it, there were 2 chests in the dungeon, and I was excited to pop them open. Still didn't find any melon seeds down there, but I cheated. I went ahead and I dinked around with the villager spawner that we've got over there, and I got a villager that sold watermelons. So I do have watermelon seeds in one of these days. Maybe I'll build a watermelon farm down in that thing. That'd give us an excuse to visit over there, and kind of a shitty food source that we could hang out and nibble on while we're grinding out skells. But anyway, what I was saying is I didn't find any watermelon seeds down there, but man, I found, loot-wise, I hit the jackpot. I think there was a bone down there. There's some standard mob drops, some cocoa beans, which, who cares? I've got a jungle right here, so. But a loaf of bread, a saddle, but then I had 5 enchanted books, man. I got an Aqua Affinity 1, an Unbreaking 1, whoopee, Silk Touch 1, gotta like that, Looting 3, and another Aqua Affinity 1. So yeah, I was pretty excited to find those guys in there. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put those things away in here, and then I'm going to get back down over there, and we'll start maybe clearing out the area for the actual farm. So I'll see you guys in just a minute. Alright guys, so I've done a little bit of clearing down here and kind of get the base of our tower started here, but that doesn't mean there's a lot of work to do. That just kind of gives us a little bit more of an attractive entrance really into what was just a hole in the ground with a really rudimentary rough staircase in it. I still need to deal with that. I did a little playing around in my creative mode world, the contraption world thing. I'll show you just the entrance to this thing, but I think what I'm going to do is I've gone ahead, I've floored this in with wood, and I'm probably going to end up tearing out at least a quarter of it. I'm going to make a giant spiral staircase that's going to go all the way down here. I'm going to build it out of half slabs so that we'll have a lot of, we should be able to run right down the darn thing really quickly. And I think it'll look pretty cool. And then once I get down to the bottom, I'll kind of air it out and open it out into a bigger room. started to kind of gather together a whole bunch of shovels and crap like that so that I could start clearing it out. But man, I'll tell you, clearing out this much junk sucks in creative mode. It sucks even more in when you're playing a survival mode game. So anyway, I think what we're going to do is I finally have made some TNT, baby. That little mob farm, the grinder that we've had up there, has been working for me pretty well. I have almost a complete double chest full of gunpowder, so I figured, what the hell? I figured show you guys how I like to drill down through things. It's going to leave still a bunch of work to do around the sides, but I think it's going to make it a little clearer and a little easier for us. The only one I'm nervous about dropping is this first one. I've got nothing but really dirt below me and the wood that's here. I have a feeling this first one I drop, I think it's only like 7, what was it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 blocks below us. I have a feeling, let's go ahead and make it one more block lower. I have a feeling when it goes, it's probably going to punch out a bunch of stuff in here too, but we'll see. If I have to rebuild a little of this, no big deal. It should at least make this a little more interesting. The way that I like to mine, or if I'm trying to pull out a whole bunch like this in a straight line, is throw down a block in kind of the center. This is actually the absolute center of this thing. Which we will use as a drop or something ultimately to get us down there, but it'll be in the middle of the staircase. But anyway, I like to throw a block here and just throw a piston on it, so all we have to do is we put our TNT on it. Oh my god, that's not good. I should have hit it or something. It's gonna... Well, there we go. Alright, well now I don't have to worry about destroying my my world. God, guys, I can't believe I did that. Alrighty, let me go AFK for a second, pick some of this junk up, and then I will come back in here and I will blow the crap out of things to, if nothing else, alleviate my frustration and how dumb I just was. So anyway, I don't look very cool right now. I'll be right back. Okay guys, that was freaking hilarious. I hope you guys got as big a kick out of that as I did. Not only be bummed about destroying some of my own stuff, but I just happen to think that was just too damn funny. Alright, so let me show you my new strategy for doing a little mining, which is actually, this is really how I normally do it, is like this. I'll build like a little eyelet thing here. I throw my my lever on there, and yeah, see, I was actually just doing this to show you guys how not to mine. So yeah, anyway, since I can't pull off that lie, what I will do is I'll show you the real way that I like to do this, and that's if I throw something in here, as soon as it ignites, it should fall, and if it doesn't, I guess it's not going to do any good, but it should drop right through there, and it'll just drop straight down onto that block. Once we get a little deeper, I guess I have to turn this on too, but there we go. See, so there we go. That dropped down hopefully low enough. It's not going to destroy this thing. It destroyed a little bit of it, but that should be the last time that I have to worry about that. And that should absolutely, yeah, good. So that's giving us a little bit more of a deeper hole here. I'm going to throw a couple of them down because what I have found will happen is they will blow each other around, and you'll get a little bit, you won't just get a straight hole down at that point in time. Although, there's a little bit too much variety, it looks like, in that for me. Yeah, see, I don't want that to get too wide, because any wider than this, I got to fill it back in. So I think I'm just going to dig straight down. Although, I guess that's from where it blew up the coal. That's interesting. Neat way to create experience, I suppose. And I don't want to go down too far, because I only need to get down to block level 29, but I think... Oh, that was dumb. I just did what I said I wasn't going to do. I think I'll be able to tell, because I can kind of see where my staircase was there. Can I do it from here? Oh, yeah, excellent. So see, that's going to drop centrally, which is what I should have done to begin with. And I think what I'll do once I get done with this is I will use water to get myself down there, and then I'll just pillar up in the middle, or at least hopefully I can figure out where the middle is. I'll actually figure that out before I go down there. But then once we've pillared up, I'll throw some ladders against it, and we'll be able to get up and down by using water and by using the ladder and all that good stuff, and then we can build out the I'll clean up the walls off camera, and then I will show you guys how I'm going to build the spiral staircase, maybe the patterning at least for it. And I'm not sure how long it's going to take to do that. We may not have a lot of time to do much more, but oh hello, oh goodness, right on the edge. May not have a whole lot of time to do much more than kind of drill down like we're doing here and kind of get the spiral staircase at least started so I can show you the pattern. But once I get that stuff done, maybe next episode I'm thinking is probably going to be where we'll actually be able to build the Skelly farm. Have some ideas on how I want to do that because this thing is so low. Man, you know what? I think there might be a certain point where we're not going to be able to dig any lower with this. So, but let's face it, we couldn't have dug out this much if I'd done it by hand, right? I forget what I was going to tell you. Anyway, long story short, I have some ideas on I think what I want to do for the skelly farm, how I want to move it around. And speaking of skellies, I hear one stalking around outside the fledgling tower right now. Let's keep our guests out of here. That should just be smart, right? I wonder where he is. Well, he can't get in here, so I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, alright, I'm going to go ahead and I'll finish drilling this out, and I will drop down there with water. I'm assuming you guys know, actually, let's check it out right now. The way that we go down on one of these things to make our lives easier, I think I should be able to do this. I don't really care if I flood something out. Let it go for a second, and then we can just drop right down in the water column. And the water will fall marginally quicker than we will, but it lets us get down into an area like this pretty easily. So I should be able to check where our level is from here and figure out how much more TNT drilling I want to do. And actually, maybe I'll light some of this up a little bit too. So anyway, I will check this out, and I'll see you guys in just a minute. Alright guys, I just wanted to give you a quick little update here. I am down at the bottommost level now. I think I see... is that a skeleton I saw up there? Or am I just seeing things? Nope, there's a skeleton right up there. This is the problem with doing something like this. You get all these little visitors, and I don't really particularly feel like having rain arrows down on me. So I'm going to take him out. So there we go. Anyway, what I've done down here, just so you know, is I did blast this the rest of the way down. It turned out that when I had stopped blowing things up, I was actually right about here. So I didn't really have very far to go down. I think I used maybe one more TNT and then just dug the rest of this out by hand. As you can see, this is our skeleton farm, or will be our skeleton farm. I have a little bit of an issue for what I was hoping to do, for how I was hoping to build this, but I think I can work it out. The dirt ring around here represents the walls of our tower. This cobblestone block right here, the torch on it, is our center point. So this lines up perfectly with the hole up above us. So as you can see, I still have a lot of digging to do around here to clean these edges up so that I can get a tube going up. So I'm probably not going to record anymore tonight is my guess, and I'm probably going to be doing a bunch of digging so that I can get this thing dug out and get the walls built in. But I think what I'm going to do, and it might be kind of a challenge to do, maybe I will do a little more recording tonight, I'll have to think about this and figure it out, is I need to figure out my step pattern, and in order to do that I need to figure out where I want to come out from this. I don't really care, oh man, look at that, they're already respawning up there again. I don't really care too much about where, thank you for the arrows, pal. I don't really care too much for where I come out up top. I'm not too concerned with where the spiral staircase ends. Ideally, I would like it to end facing the doorway that we come in from, but if it doesn't, I don't think that's that big of a deal. What is important to me, however, is where we're going to exit the spiral staircase down here, because what I would like to do here is when I do finally dig out my skelly trap here, my skelly farm, is I want to send the skeletons into water, I'm going to use water to move them around. I want to send them down into a channel, push them over a certain distance, and then bring them up, over, and then drop them into our little room where we're going to kill them. I plan to kill them here, and since they're on this side, I think I want my kill chamber for them, or where I want to be able to kill them, is I want to be able to kill them over here, so that I can make sure that I carry the skeletons far enough away from the spawner that they'll continue to spawn. And that way we can get an endless supply of them just kind of collecting over here, maybe on this wall of the, it's not really going to be a tower, I guess at this point, of the chamber, or whatever we want to call it. So, and I don't even know if I want to kill them in this round room or if I want to dig a room off of it. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe building a room off of it. But so what I need to figure out first, and this is what I will figure out off camera, is where the hell do I want to come out? And so what I'll do once I've got that figured out is I will start building my staircase so that it is, like, let's say I want to come out down here, then I will start building my spiral staircase off of here and spiraling upwards from here, which what I'm thinking will do is it will give us enough room so that if we need to make this flat on this side, or we need to fudge this side of the tower structure a little bit, you know, I can probably easily, you know, with the height that I've got here, I can easily taper this thing up and then bring it over a little bit, or inside or down and back over, or however it needs to work, so that we're not having any interference with the shape of this room. I don't want to have any area lost for where these guys can spawn, and I certainly don't want them spawning in the room with me. So that is the plan. I'm going to go off camera here and try and figure that out. And really, the key thing to know when you're building one of these spiral staircases is what is your pattern, and you can build the pattern of the spiral up based on quadrants, and so that's what I'm going to be doing here, and I will show you how that's going to work with this. So whatever pattern, like if I build my spiral staircase from let's say I have a central column that's going to be at least 3 by 3, so I can have this hollow space in the middle. Let's say I'm building my steps actually from here over to here. When I'm building it, the other side, when I'm building over here, it's going to be the same pattern that we're going to get from here spiraling up to wherever this is. So that all makes a little more sense when I'm actually doing the build, and I will of course show you that when we're doing it. So I'm going to go think about this a little bit, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so I've kind of got this figured out now. This is still a total and complete utter mess up here, which I will sort out before the next video, I promise. But I did want to show you, we're getting kind of close to time here, so I did want to show you kind of what I've got here before we boogie out and call it the end of the video. I've gone ahead, I've kind of made, I guess it's really kind of a star, or not a star, I guess it's kind of a diamond pattern here in the middle, and that's going to be the centermost pillar that's going to, I guess our steps are going to connect to on the inside. And then also it'll have a hole in the middle where we can drop down from above and pop down here really fast instead of running around and getting dizzy down here. So that is thing number one. Thing number two, as you can see, I've started to fill in where the tower itself, I don't know if I want to call it a tower because down here it's certainly not, but where it's going to connect to up above. I did double check my X and Z coords on my 4 cardinal points on this to make sure that this is going to line up, and it will. So we should be in pretty good shape there. And then I wanted to show you, I guess, the beginnings of the spiral staircase itself here. It's a little rough, but I think it's going to do what we need it to, and it certainly is. It doesn't really matter where you hit this thing. You're never going to hit a wall or anything like that. As long as I just hit it running, I should be able to run no problem nonstop from the bottom to the top and just kind of gently move my mouse to the left and work my way up. I'm not sure how many times it's going to corkscrew up. I'm thinking as deep as we are, it's probably going to be, I'm going to guess at least, let's see, if 1 takes us to here, I'm going to say 2 here, 3 there, 4 is probably going to be here, so I'm going to say we're going to corkscrew up probably a good 3 or 4 times, so this might might not be a long-term solution for us, but we'll see. It's at least kind of a fun project for the time being. As far as the pattern goes on this thing, I'm trying to figure out a good way I can show it to you. Maybe I can get up on top of this thing. Yeah, actually I know I can get up on top of this thing. Just gonna have to be creative. Oh, maybe I can't. Okay. Alright, may not be able to see it from very well from up there anyway. So what I've done is I've connected the cardinal point here. I'll do the same on this side, that side, and the other. And then it basically, every time we go up a quarter of a turn, it's going to take us up 3 blocks, I think. So we'll go 12 blocks high each time we go a full rotation around. But then, I don't know if you guys can see, it's kind of tough for me to even see. I'm trying to use some of the 3D angles here to be able to see it. So we've got a straight line of 4 here, then a straight line of 4 here. We go up 1 and then in 1. Then we just kind of follow the zigzag pattern right there that's left behind on that level. Moving up another half step, it's going to be a total zigzag there, followed by a zigzag with, we skip 1 to go over to here, and then kind of this funky shape, I don't know what you want to call this thing, kind of looks like we're playing Tetris, man. So anyway, all this stuff nests together, and I will just continue to repeat that exact same pattern as I go up, and eventually we'll reach the top. So that is the plan. I will go ahead and I'll do that stuff off screen, so when we start out next time, unless 1.7 comes out and we've got other things to play with and look at, then that is going to be the plan. We'll continue to work on this thing, and I think what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that that spawner room over here. I'm going to leave this alone. This is obviously where we will build our farm, but I think what I'm going to do, I'll probably end up squaring this off here, and then I think maybe I'll square this part off over here as well, and so when we come down our flight of steps, if we come down it versus dropping down it, I'll probably cut a hole here so that we can come out from the drop, or we can, yeah, so we can come out from the drop, I suppose, and then we'll build some kind of an arch or something in here that'll take us to our kill chamber, where we'll have our little potions on demand thing to build healing potions, as well as our skeletons will get lifted up and over, and we'll drop them down in this room. So I think that's going to give us a comfortable distance from the skeletons, and then at that point what I'll do is probably wash the skeletons away over here. Then we'll pick them up with a water stream and carry them this direction, straight up, and then straight over there and straight down. That way we can avoid, or hopefully we can avoid any of them getting stuck. Let me put a torch in here just to make sure we don't have anything spawning in here. That hopefully we can avoid any of them getting stuck or going around a corner or anything like that with water. So that is the general plan. I'm going to keep building this thing, and yeah, I guess next time we start out, I'll show you a little more. Man, this is getting annoying with mobs here. I actually got killed by a zombie that dropped down on me, and then when I came back here to get my stuff back, damned if the bastard hadn't picked up my diamond armor, sword, the whole 9 yards. So I was able to get it all back to him. He did not pick up my bow. That was his mistake. So I was able to run grab it and run around this thing and then climb up and shoot him from above. But neither here nor there. Like I said, I will continue to build this thing, and I'll give you an update on it when I come back for the next video. Hope you liked this one. I know it was a little bit discombobulated, but I feel like there's a lot going on to get prepped for this thing, and that's kind of what we're doing with this one, is prepping for the actual skelly farm that we'll be building eventually. So I will give me a thumbs up if you liked what you saw, and I will, if you haven't already subscribed, please do, and I will see you guys next time.